together and had a meeting, and one individual was kind of modest and didn't want me to say anything about him, but he was elected chairman of this group, Eric Robinson, and I'm going to say it, Eric. And so, as I say, we planned this, and when we started it, it was to honor our service personnel who are stationed in the Persian Gulf. Not only the members of the 786 Transportation Unit here from Quitman, but also those Clark Countyans who are in the active services, in the regular services. We also want to honor our veterans today, because without these veterans, we may not have had a free country and may not have been over there winning another war. So we want to honor people, and also it's turned into be a real celebration, hasn't it? You know, when we started this, as I said, it was to honor our service personnel, but today we can also celebrate the end of this war. And I'll talk a little more about this later. So let's really live it up. Wave your flag. Let's sound off for the USA. Now I'd like for everyone to please stand quietly and respectfully.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed
Now, while we are here today, as I mentioned, to honor those who are serving in the Gulf, we should also not lose sight that there have been many others who have served this great country in other ways. Now, we have with us today one such person who has served both her state of Mississippi and America with great distinction. Please help me give a real Clark County welcome to former Miss America, Susan Aiken.
Thanks, I appreciate that. You know, our troops over in the Gulf, I know mean a lot to you as well as they do me, and I tell you, it really means so much more now, especially a minute ago during the national anthem, how you stand there and you think, well, the war's over. And this rally means that much more because it shows that we still care, we still love you, and we're gonna love you even more as you do come home. Being Miss America, I represented a group of people, and I guess that was women aged 18 to 26. And it feels pretty good to represent someone or represent a group of people. Can you imagine how our troops really felt representing us over there? Not only just representing us as a nation, but representing us with their lives. And I do want to say thanks to the troops. Thanks to all of you for your support. Thanks for asking me to come down here. Now, my brother lives in Clark County, so I feel like I sort of live it there too, because I go visit him. But as I said all along, these support rallies mean so much because they had a hostile front over there, and they sure as heck didn't need one here at home. And that's what these support rallies are all about. The song I'm going to sing is a song that I sang in the statewide rally last weekend. I want to dedicate it to our troops, dedicate it to the family members, all of you, and especially to our veterans. I think there's a lot of veterans here in the audience today. But because of them, we're able to have this rally and be able to be the kind of people that we are today in America. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber ways of grace, for performed mountain majesties of the fruited plain. America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy brow Thanks, I appreciate it. I'm glad I made it through. Being a little bit under the weather right now, I appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to read a letter from someone, from Trent Lott, dated February 27th, 1991. Dear friends and fellow Mississippians, I want to thank you for all your efforts to show support for our troops who are participating in Operation Desert Storm. Other commitments keep me from being with you today, but I want you to know how much I personally appreciate your gathering here to pay tribute to the thousands of brave men and women of the United States Armed Forces who are serving our nation in the Persian Gulf. Those who wear the uniform of the United States military deserve our admiration, our support, and our thanks. Like you, I am very proud of the many Mississippians who have chosen to serve our nation through the active duty military, the National Guard, and the Reserve. They are a great tribute to our state. It comes as no surprise to me that our American troops are performing with remarkable success against Saddam Hussein and his army. They are the best trained, best equipped, and the best educated military in the world. And I know that Mississippians and all Americans are proud of them, just as I am proud of them. I also hope that you will help me make sure that when their work is over in the deserts of the Middle East, that our returning troops will receive a hero's welcome home. I urge you to continue to pray for and to show your support for these brave men and women throughout this conflict. Let's all join together and cheer them when they return home victoriously. Sincerely, Trent Lott. God bless all of you. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Susan. Appreciate you being with us today. I have another letter to read here from our one and only, the great Congressman Sonny Montgomery. I regret not being able to join you today. Please be assured that I share your strong feelings in support of our military personnel in Operation Desert Storm and in support of President Bush. I congratulate you and the organizers for making this rally possible. We are all proud of the job our active duty, National Guard, and Reserve personnel are doing. And this event is a great way to let them know that we are behind them 100%. I want to thank each of you for coming here today to wave the flag and voice your support for the 786 Transportation Company from Quitman, and for the rest of our armed forces involved in the war effort. I know those who are serving in our military appreciate it as well. Thanks again. Sincerely, Sonny Montgomery. All right, now we need to see these flags waving a lot more. Yeah, let's keep them waving now. Let's keep them waving. Hold them up high. Okay. Next on our program this afternoon will be the choir from our own Pearly Grove Baptist Church here in Quitman. I'd like to ask them to please come forward and give their presentation this time.
Where's that flag?
negotiating, trying to avoid war. But when it was decided that that would not work any longer, the president said, we will go to war. Do you remember seeing the Secretary of State after that? Not very much. We hardly heard of him until just the other day when the war ended. And that's the way it has to be. When the politicians do all they can, then it has to be turned over to the military. And the president, we were very happy to see, right from the beginning, said that he would allow his military commanders to run the war. And he certainly did this. We saw that. We saw some of the, as I said, from the national level, our president, our Secretary of Defense, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, I think did a magnificent job. Our field commander, one of the best we've seen since the days of the Eisenhowers and the Bradleys and the Pattons and those folks of World War II. He's done an outstanding job. This has probably been the most intensive and the shortest war that this country has ever seen. When it started with great viciousness. And the mission was accomplished in a very short period of time. And we certainly want to give all the praise we can to those service personnel who are over there carrying out these missions and helping to keep this country free. And as I say, as Vietnam veterans, it makes us feel mighty good to see this country change the way it has and to see the increased patriotism that we have today, the waving of the flags, and just the outpouring of patriotism. I think another thing that played a big part in this war was prayer. I think prayer was emphasized more than I've ever seen it emphasized before in any kind of military conflict. And that certainly was very, very important. So between the leadership, our increased patriotism, and the prayers that went out to our leaders and our service personnel, quite naturally, we had to come out victorious. Thank you very much. Let me just read one other letter, and you can probably guess who this is from. President George Bush. I am pleased to send greetings to everyone gathered to pay tribute to United States troops in the Persian Gulf region. This is a wonderful way to show our military personnel that we are tremendously proud of them and of the job they are doing. Operation Desert Storm has exceeded all expectations. Our troops, in cooperation with those of our coalition partners, have demonstrated great courage and skill in liberating Kuwait. While the Kuwaiti people greet their liberators with joy and thanksgiving, we look forward to a more peaceful world, one where the security of nations is protected by the rule of law. I am grateful that our armed forces have the support and the prayers of millions of people like you. Let us give thanks for their success thus far, and let us continue to pray for their safety. I also ask you to join me in praying for all of the innocent men, women, and children who suffer as a result of this conflict wherever they may be. Finally, let me assure you that our troops will be brought home as soon as they have completed their mission in the Gulf region. I'm sure I speak for all Americans when I say that we look forward to giving them a triumphant welcome home. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. George Bush, President. I'm sure that the President will stand behind what he says. I know he will bring the troops home as soon as possible, but I think we have to realize that there's still some work to do. A lot of cleaning up to do and getting things ready to ship back home. Now, it didn't seem like very long, and it was, I guess, the shortest and largest logistical exercise that we've ever seen also. We moved more equipment and so forth for the greatest distance than's ever been done before. But all that has to come back, so we have to gather it up, you know, and finish off all the final peace agreements and all that, and it may be a little while, and I imagine they'll probably bring home some of those that have been there the longest first. So just keep sending those letters. Those letters mean a lot to the troops over there. I know I've been on that end. And so keep those letters going, keep up their spirits, and they'll be back very soon, I'm sure. All right, this time, I believe everything is set up. We're going to have the Quitman High School Chorus Boys Quartet. This chorus is under the direction of Ms. Rose Longwitz. The members of the group are Corey Denham, Scotty Lewis, Sean Moss, and Monty McMullen.
Aren't you just filled with pride today? Clark County has been extremely instrumental in making sure that Kuwait is free this evening. You have sent a number of people over there, husbands and wives and grandchildren, grandsons, grandparents. They are there. And they have done a remarkable job in making sure that the price of freedom is paid for. As you look over to your right and you see the members of VFW 4988, don't forget what they have done, what they're continuing to do to make sure that we are free in this country. Don't forget them. I have not seen in my few years that I have been alive in this country, I have not seen patriotism as high as it is during this period of time. I was down here about 3 weeks ago at Quitman High School, And I said a few things to the students then, and I'm going to share that information with you now, about patriotism and how important it is, how important that flag is, how important it is to wave that flag, because it represents so much in this country. It represents the freedoms that other people in this world, peoples of the world, don't have. I've done some traveling, not much, not nearly as much as some of you, I'm sure. But we have the freedoms in this country, the basic freedoms that others aren't able to enjoy. We have to make sure that we fight to protect those freedoms, and that's why those men and women are in the Middle East. So I told those students, make sure, what can you do? I don't think we knew today when this was planned, and you ought to have a round of applause for the concerned citizens of Clark County for this particular event. Let's give them a hand. When Colonel Lacey called me a couple of weeks ago and asked if I would come, and I said, absolutely, without any question, without any hesitation, I'm here. But I don't think we had any idea that we would be celebrating a victory. I don't think we knew that. We knew that that victory would come eventually. We just didn't know how quick. When Saddam Hussein said this is going to be the mother of wars, I don't think he realized what he was talking about. We have to, as I told the students then, be sure that when our men and women come home, that we protect what they are fighting for. And I told them, make sure that you study, that you become knowledgeable of what's going on in your community, in your county, in your state, in this country, and in this world. You know, the very fact that we have freedom is the fact that we have free information and we have knowledge. There are people in Kuwait, there are people in Baghdad tonight that are not sure that the war is over. They are not getting the information. We have the freedom of knowing that we are free, that we can make decisions, and as long as you get the correct information, then you can make a decision. And that's what I told those students. Make sure that you study hard, because your mothers and fathers and uncles and aunts, nephews and cousins who are there now, you will be taking their places. You have to make sure, and we have to make sure, that they are knowledgeable of what this country is all about. Black or white, rich or poor, we are all the same people. We are Americans. Isn't it amazing how just a few short months ago we were talking about how we can't do things in this country? Isn't it amazing that we were talking about whether we should burn the flag or not just a few short months ago? Isn't it amazing that we were wondering if our automobiles were better than the Japanese? Well, let me tell you, the military machine that we had there was all American. So we take lessons from that, those of us who are back home, and know that the American resolve is not dead, but it is as strong as it has ever been. As strong as it has ever been. Let us make sure that when our people come home, that we show them that what they fought for was not in vain. We can make things, we can do things. It's the can-do spirit that President Bush, I think, injected into us through our military to show that we can still do, and we are still the best in this world. Interesting thing that I saw on television the other day as we saw the Iraqis as they were giving up and deciding to go across. I saw an American soldier, and it struck me very, very strongly. I saw an American soldier as the Iraqis were kneeling down, kissing their hands, who said, "No, you don't need to do that." I saw an American soldier that said, "We didn't want to fight." That's the difference between us and Saddam Hussein. We did not want to fight. But if we must, let us make sure that we put everything into it. And once we win, no question of if, once we win, let us be generous winners. Let us make sure, as that soldier said in the Persian Gulf on the desert, let us be sure, he said, let us be sure that we are magnanimous in our victory. He said, they're human beings too. They are hungry. They have been defeated. So we are there to help and make sure that they are a human being and still alive. That's not what Saddam Hussein's army was doing in Kuwait. And that's why we will continue to be the best that we are. Because we have that humanness, and we can't lose that. Whether it's in the Persian Gulf, or whether it's in Clark County, Mississippi, or whether it's in Meridian, Mississippi, we have that humanness that will always keep us there and out front. I believe General Schwarzkopf said this morning as he was walking to that meeting, he said, let's not embarrass them. Oh, what a strong general he is. Let's not embarrass them. So as we get ready to welcome our men and women back home, let us also not forget the Vietnam veterans. Let's not forget them. Let's not push them out. Let's include them in this celebration. And as we welcome them back home, and I can't wait to get those television cameras out there to see those tears of joy. We covered the tears of sadness. But oh, I can't wait to see those tears of joy when those family members of ours come back home. Let us make sure that we let them know how proud we are of them, and that we'd do it again if we had to. God bless this county, God bless this state, and God bless America.
From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to flight. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the night. It's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace, it's the voice of every man. From a distance, we all have enough, and no one is in need. There are no guns, no bombs, and no disease, no hungry mouths to feed. From a distance, we are instruments marching in a common band, playing songs of hope, playing songs of peace. They're the songs of every man. God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us from a distance. God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us
Must have been cold there in my shadow to ever see sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine all so long. You always walked a step behind. I was the one with all the glory, and you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name, a beautiful smile to hide the pain. Now I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the winds beneath my wings. Ooh, it might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I got it all right here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. There's nothing I could do without you. Oh, did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I'd like you to be. Now I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the winds beneath my wings. Oh, did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything, everything I like to be. Now I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the winds beneath my wings.
to put our flags down at this time. I want us to join hands. Don't mind. Things were gone. I worked for all my life, and I had to start again. Just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, Detroit down to Quitman, to New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time to stand and say, and I'm proud to be American. Sing with me. Though I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be American, when at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Thanks so much, Wayne. To all of those who came from out of Clark County to help us today, and to all of those in Clark County who participated on our program, our sincere thanks. We appreciate it so much.
Can't film with no light in here.
Thanks, fam. Got to turn on the switch. Look at that. Check out over here.
Joey, turn that light on.
Got a little bitty here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look at that over here.
Thank you.
There's 3 of them on here. One got a little head. Turn it up, Jack.
Thank you.
Why they call this puppet match? I guess it's all puppets. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go get them other 2 over there. There's some more cards over there, Bram. Here. See them other 2 cards over there by Paul? Right here, Ashton. Get them 2 cards right there and give them to them. Get them 2 cards. Thank you. One more down there. Where? Down there. Hey, there's one more. Ashton. Thank you. Ashton. One more, baby. There's one more over there. Ashton. One more down there. Right there, here.
Get you out of the car.
Over there. Going
Get
around.
it.
Going
Right
around.
where, Ashton? On the floor. Right there. There it is.
Pick it up.
Thank you. 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 Say thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ashton, say Jello. Ashton. Ashton. You want some of Papa's birthday cake?
Cake and ice cream?
You want some cake and ice cream? Ashton. Want some cake and ice cream?
Give her, he better pull that sweater off of her. Get it all over.
I just beat her some.
You want this on your chin? Here, I'll put it on your chin. Ashton. Just rip it right off.
Ice cream. He said ice cream.
Come on back in there.
Where's your books and your eggs?
Key doesn't work.
Government issue, what you expect?
Somebody's gonna have to break in.
See, doggy?
Paranormal research. Going in that house. Got it.
Well, we playing some peas right out here. Not last year, year before last year. Went out there one Friday afternoon, I mean, they were just hanging, just like this, all over the place. Had about 6 long rows. Gonna go back the next morning, Saturday morning, went out there and they wasn't nothing but nuts there. And I said, I got one mess, I think, they cooked. Let me put these right.
New Jersey.
They know just as good as you do when they are.
Ashton! Look at there. There's one. Put it in the bucket. She wants it.
What is that right there?
There you go. That's exactly what you want. Bash.
Hey, I ain't got nothing for these days. You'll find the rest of them.
Here.
Uh-oh. You'll find them, man.
Gather them all back, but
Put them in the basket. Did you find some, darling?
Hide her for us so we can
Put them in the basket.
look right over there.
Look here, Ash. Look, Ash. Look here. Hey, girl. Ash, look again. What is that?
Oh, look at
There's one.
Come here. Let's look over here. Ashton, wait. Ashton. Go look over there. Go look right over there. Go check that out. Right there.
Get Zeke out of the way. Chad, get Zeke out of the way. Get out of the way, Zeke. You find one? Say, I gotta wipe it off.
Oh, you missed it.
Boy, them eggs are hopping up.
Right here.
Tell Papa to help you hunt them eggs. Oh, Lord, I heard it crack.
Come here, Ashton. Look
Come here, go back out here.
You know, it's some more around.
You walk in that basket, ain't you?
I mean, I got sick. I got sick. Don't step in that.
Hey, Cherry's got one too. That's all. Found them all. Is that all? Yeah, that's all of it.
Well, she's dragging that along.
That's all of them.
Oh, wait a minute, Ashton, you're losing all of them. Let them hide them again.
maybe them ants will get all over it.
She didn't get in them, did she?
She stood there just a little bit longer with half one. Well, they was beginning to come out. Now, she didn't get in there. Kind of pushed her back before they come out there on her.
Oh, you won't.
All right.
Okay, okay.
Just take them. She ain't gonna let you have the bucket or the basket either, probably. Just take them and hide them. Did you find any more, darling? Well, pick your basket up. Don't drag it on the ground. That's Philip's basket. You gonna give it to Philip? Give it to Philip so he can hunt his eggs. You use the bucket. This thing's making a roaring sound, Hayward. It ain't never done. It ain't never done that before. They don't do it all the time, it's just every once in a while.
Probably need to have it clean, checked out. It's what is over 2 years old.
Yeah. 2 years old in
Go
December.
get your basket, baby. Ashton, use your bucket.
Dirty. Got dirty, did
So y'all,
Come on, use the bucket.
come on, let's go hunt them.
Y'all ready?
Come on, Ashton.
Don't play.
Papa, help her find her eggs. Take her out there and help her find her eggs.
Go find the eggs.
Oh, you just tired,
Ashton.
Go, get going, eh?
Don't put dirt. Get out of here. Get out of here, dog. Gone. Go. Gone.
Well, what happened to the grass? It all come out of her?
Threw it out. She didn't want it in there.
Come here, Ashton. Look for the eggs, baby. Ashton, come on, look for your eggs. Come on out here, let's find the eggs.
You done lost interest in the eggs.
She's tired. Ashton, come on, let's go look for your eggs. Ashton, come on, let's find the eggs. Tell Papa to help you find the eggs.
Come on, let's find them. Come here, Ashton. Come here. Hey. Hey, Ashton, look. Hey, look. Come here.
There's one. Did you find one? You found another one.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Watch out, don't let her fall down that hill, Hayward.
Look over this way. Come back this way. Come that way.
Hayward, she's gonna fall down the hill now. Or get over in the briars. She gonna fall.
Go this way.
Come here, Ashton. Come here, darling. mine, darling. You dropped them all.
She got one wheel?
No, I think I heard some plastic all out there.
Pick all your eggs up.
She's got one extra.
Ashton, leave Zeke alone.
Say, I just bought eggs from Long.
I didn't think I had 6 of those. All I had.
Oh, yeah. I had that one that was right over there. Real?
What color was it?
Yellow.
Three you're supposed to have.
I got yellow.
You got them in?
I need one more yellow. One more yellow.
Watch that limb up there, Chad.
Huh?
You like to stuck her head in that limb.
You got all that.
I got one more.
I didn't have 6, so.
I think we better go lay you down for a nap, darling.
You got this one over here. You got this one.
Watch her. Oh.
I didn't have 6.
Watch out. Chad, watch her now. Don't let her fall down that hill. Chad. Cherry, she's right behind you. She's going to fall down that hill.
You was up too, don't you, Chad?
Huh?
You up too? I hit my 6 around.
He hit that number 6.
You really did it. You really hit that. All of them.
Where is it at?
You ain't have one reel.
Yeah.
There must be somewhere in.
Where?
I
Right
had
over where?
6.
Throw you away.
Throw you on your head.
Huh?
Actually, might be
Throw you on your head.
Where you going, Freddie? Where you going, huh? Where you going?
Walk off that water.
You ain't going down that hill. No, you're not.
They're not very big. But, over here.
Wave at Mama. Wave at her.
Hey, darling.
Wave at her.
Happy Easter.
Oh,
Happy Easter.
Wave at her. Hey, Memo. Hey, Memo.
Did you find a bunch of eggs? Did you find a bunch of eggs?
I just give up. I don't know.
Well, it's about 3:30. It's time, past time for your nap.
I might just give up on
I like it, would you?
Y'all want to go in and make some coffee and put her down?
Where you dressed down? Are you ready? Get a good hold on you. You ready?
Watching limbs. So you make me dizzy. Hayward. Hayward. Go get her. She got to be on them steps. Hurry up before she falls. Hayward! Hayward! She will fall.
She is sitting down looking pretty. Very pretty sitting up there on the board, do we?
She get her shoes muddy.
She had an ant on her. I'll get some of these ants right here. Want to bite you?
Hey, darling.
Up.
Pull your dress down. Pull your dress down.
Come on.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you talking? Tell her who you are. What's your name?
What's your name?
Tell her what your name is.
Aaron Hunt.
Aaron Hunt. How old are you? Yeah. Can you tell her where you live?
Kyle on swings us on the website.
And you want to sing them a little song? What song do you want to sing? Okay, that'd be good.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. As the balloon went too high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Oh, that's great.
Now, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. As the balloon went too high, like the diamond in the sky. With the blazes to the sky, with the feet eyes apart. Did you show your little light? Twinkle, twinkle all the night. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Good job. That's really good. So can you tell, we're on vacation, aren't we?
Yeah, on vacation.
Yeah. Yeah. And where do you go to school? Can you tell where you go to school?
Well,
La Petite Academy?
Appetite Academy.
She goes to preschool now. She's in the 3-year-old class, so she's learning all kinds of new things.
Appetite Academy. Appetite Academy. Appetite Academy.
Can you say absolutely positively?
Appetite Academy.
Can you say absolutely positively?
She's trying.
A little louder. Absolutely positively.
That's a big word, huh?
What do you think of Mississippi?
What?
You like it here?
Like it.
Do you? Like it. Who did you come here to see? Turn around so she can see your face and not the back of your head. Did you come here to see grandmas and grandpas?
Grandmas and grandpas.
Well, you got a bunch of grandmas and grandpas, don't you?
No.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch. Sit up.
And great grandmas and great grandpas.
Oh no, just
great grandmas.
Just great grandmas.
Great grandmas.
That's all.
We got one grandpa here. This is your Aunt Diane over there behind the camera. I bet she likes being behind the camera so she doesn't have to be in front
I
of
don't
the
get in front of the camera at all.
You know, just adding inside real quick too.
Yeah. Can you tell her some things about you? Can you tell her about your kitty cats at home?
Kitty cats.
Read,
Tell what their
turn
names
that light on that thing.
Max and Ginger.
Max and Ginger.
Turn that light on.
Why are you looking out
Every
of the
time I filmed up
camera?
here, it never has been enough light. What, baby?
Can you tell her you have 2 kitty cats at home and what their names are?
2 kitty cats. Max, Ginger.
Ginger.
Yeah.
Ginger.
Max.
And Max.
Yeah. And what does your daddy do? You know? Where does he work? Got a mouthful, huh?
The police.
That's a P station.
A P station.
Where does your mommy work? Do you know?
In the hospital with sick people.
In the hospital with sick people. Yeah, that's right. You're a pretty big kid, huh?
But do you have a little boyfriend at play school? No?
Little boy?
Not yet.
What about Ryan Fillion?
Yeah, Ryan Fillion.
You went to his birthday party. He must like you, huh?
Yes.
He's nice. And what's your teacher's name?
Miss Renee.
Miss Renee.
You learn a lot in play school?
Do they take you on field trips? Where do you go on your field trips?
The library and what else?
You go to the nursing home.
Go see the grandmas and grandpas?
Yeah, they take them to the nursing home so they can go hug and talk to the grandmas and grandpas. And she always, we're going to see the grandmas and grandpas today, huh? Hi, everybody. I didn't know if I was in the
Well, who is that behind you, Aaron?
Mommy.
No, but right behind
Who's
you.
this back here?
Oh, Grandma.
That's a grandma.
That's a grandma. Is that a grandma over there, too?
Grandma over here, too.
There's another grandma, huh?
Two grandmas,
Two
right?
grandmas, right?
Two grandmas. One mommy, one
mommy.
daddy, and one aunt. She's my aunt over there. So that would make her your, what, great aunt? Great aunt.
Great aunt. No, who's my aunt over there?
She's your, is she your aunt?
Great aunt or grand
I was going to bring Ashton out today, but she's not here.
I think it's great aunt.
She's on this tape. If y'all got time, you can come down there and watch it. Easter is the last time I got her.
Last time we saw was when they first brought her home from the hospital. She was just a little baby.
She's big, now.
You do. Use your napkin and wipe your face off.
More cheese.
More cheese, please.
I know, I
Yeah, tell
heard
her
that.
again. She's watching you on the camera. Tell her about that big doggy that you went to see the other day.
I saw some
What happened?
last year at that, so. Well, you're
Yeah,
full
but
like
you petted
that
him and
last
petted him?
year.
Yeah, pet him and when I left, he bit me.
And he bit you.
What'd you have to do?
I'll go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Well, show me where did he bite you?
Mine were that.
On your mouth? On your head?
Back of her head. You can't always see him now. She has the little scab on her. It went through.
Did it
right
come
through her lips.
lip?
Through and through. So you
Yeah,
can see the other side. And then there was a bite mark, a puncture mark on the back of her head, and then just a scratch on her back.
Yeah.
I don't like scratch.
Did he jump right on you? Did he jump on you?
Yeah.
Knock you down?
No, he didn't.
He was a bad dog, huh?
My mom didn't notice that one.
I didn't notice that one. Yeah, that one was up there, and I hadn't even noticed it till we got
For
to the doctor.
10 o'clock,
Till we got home.
service over.
Yeah. No, to the grandpa.
Yeah, back to Grandma's house. Yeah.
Not Cody.
Cody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go too close.
Are you getting shy now? Huh?
Not usually shy. Not usually still either.
Should get that autofocus to work.
That's the way Ashton does. She'll run up and I'll be backing up and she'll be trying. She gets after this
Oh, that little
lens
angle?
cover,
Yeah.
you know, that catches her eye and she's.
It's trying its best to focus. No, don't pull on it.
Yeah, don't pull on that. Pull on that ring, you don't get the
You're
prize.
awful busy, that's for sure.
Hey. Hi.
Is there a doggy out there? He's probably a nice dog.
Does he have sharp teeth?
Probably.
Yeah, most dogs do.
He has sharp teeth?
I don't know. Mama had this dog, it just disappeared, and he didn't have a tooth in his head.
Oh gosh.
Not a tooth. I don't know how he even ate.
Look at my feet. They're hard.
Is this hand been open?
Ooh, they're hard.
Huh?
This hand been open here?
No, that is.
No, I don't guess. That's one we got yesterday.
Hey.
You gonna sing me another song? Where did you go?
You sing her ABCs?
ABC. H I J K L M N O P
baby's hair. You just took his clothes. She sure gets
That's why
dirty.
you got to get them dirty again,
She
right?
sure gets dirty, huh?
She believe you used to wear that outfit?
Yeah, she did.
Aaron.
Aaron, don't drop her. You're gonna tear her apart. You're gonna tear that baby up.
Be nice to that poor baby.
Love that baby. She's a sweet baby.
It's been everywhere with you.
Don't run that baby. You've had that baby for a long time, huh?
So you like your Jeep, Rick?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You like it too, Aaron?
We got it a little over a year. We got it last April.
Yeah. Well, you can let the seat down in the back, can't you? Or if they have a place in the, can you let the seat down where you can?
Yeah, you can lay it back down to increase the storage.
Yeah. But we had so many suitcases and stuff in the back when we're traveling. We really need that back storage space for suitcases.
Yeah.
So. But she did pretty good traveling out here. She was able to. We'd like to keep her seatbelt on.
Yeah.
She was able to just loosen her seatbelt up and lay down on the back seat and take naps and stuff. So worked out pretty good. She just outgrew her car seat. She's been in a car seat since she was born.
I asked her, she don't like. She's got to where she don't like that car seat at all.
Well, I guess
She'll sit on the seat with a seatbelt on her, but really she's not old enough to sit in a, you know, and be safe about it, you know, with just a seatbelt. But she don't like the
I don't
car
know
seat.
what the law is here, but they have a law in Colorado that 4 years or 40 pounds, they have to be wearing a car seat.
Yeah.
She's at 40 pounds already, so she doesn't really need one anymore.
We bought a brand new car seat for to use on the trip. One of the things that the instructions were on the car seat was from the back of their head gets above the seat. They're too big. Put the car seat in the Jeep and put her in it.
Her shoulders.
Top of the seat came to her shoulders almost.
So we took it back and just decided we could use the seatbelt.
Yeah. Well, she's big for 3 years old, really.
Yeah, she is.
Aaron.
She looks like she's 5.
Yeah.
No, I'm not 5. You look like it though.
Aaron, what do you, when you grow up and get tall, what are you gonna do?
Mommy.
What's your head gonna do when you grow up and get tall?
Bump my head.
Bump your head. How do you say that? Huh? Say grow up and how does she put? Grow tall and bump my head on the ceiling. Huh?
You're a pretty big kid.
You got shoulder pads with that
You
on.
gonna get taller than Daddy? No?
Yeah.
Get taller than
It's gonna
Daddy?
be real close.
Yeah, you'll be. Mommy's about as tall as Daddy, isn't she?
No, not quite. I'm 5'11", Rick's 6'2".
Yeah, I can still call her shorty.
Vicky's nice about it.
Yeah. Real nice.
Can I sit on your shoulder?
On my shoulders? Fine.
Yeah,
Do you want to? How long will you stay there?
Just for a minute, huh?
I'd say 15 seconds.
like it.
Huh?
19 minutes.
19 minutes.
Hello up there.
You're way up there.
Huh?
I said, you're way
Daddy
up
old
there.
baby so he can
Yeah,
see.
let's put my glasses on.
Don't choke him too much.
Feel that cold in my hand.
Where are we at? Vacation where?
Vacation Colorado Springs.
Vacation from Colorado Springs. Where are we at right now? Mississippi?
Mississippi?
Oh, you went down there?
That wasn't 19 minutes. About 19 seconds. That's about right.
So where are we at?
The man, he's going to her, and she said come at 1:30.
Do what?
Hey,
He told Gil.
where are we at?
told him to come
Mississippi? Can you say Mississippi?
Mississippi, Colorado.
Not quite.
I guess he can make that in it, right? What do you say? Red light.
What do you say to start it again? Huh? Louder.
Did I hear green light?
Green light. Green light. You silly.
Where's that?
Down that big old creek down there.
At Crandall.
At
Crandall.
Crandall.
Oh, uh-huh.
T.C. and Gertie Mae was our own witnesses, except Taylor Peabody was Justice of the Peace. And they was the only five that bore them down.
Why didn't y'all go to the
When
court?
we got through marrying, we went on to that little picture show down there. It wasn't no color like here. I mean, it wasn't no talking, what I mean.
Silent movies.
It wasn't a talking picture. It was a silent picture.
They had reading under the bottom of it.
Reading on the bottom, tell you what it
What they
said.
were saying.
We went there after the wedding.
When did y'all build that house down there, Mama? Didn't Daddy build that house?
Yeah, he helped build it.
We should try to go down and get that house on film. I know it's kind of
It's about to fall in.
falling apart, but I remember that house, all the stages that it went through. And it used to be just one room after another, and then they remodeled it, remodeled it, remodeled it.
Yeah, and remodeled it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. But you had 10 children, right? My mom's the oldest, Evelyn.
Yeah.
And then who was under that? Wade was next?
No, Nita Faye, Peggy Jean, then Nita
Okay,
Faye.
okay, so Evelyn, Peggy Jean, Wade.
No.
No.
Evelyn,
Evelyn.
Peggy Jean, Nita Faye, then Wade.
Then
I thought
Wade.
Wade was older than that. 3 girls first?
Yeah.
And then 3 boys.
And then 3 boys.
And then a boy and a girl, a boy and a girl.
Wade,
No,
Garner,
girl and a boy, girl and a boy.
Wade, Garner, Maggie, Diane,
Turtle.
Yeah. And you're the baby. No, Ricky's the baby. Now, were you pregnant
You're not the baby?
with Ricky
No,
or with...
well, I'm the baby girl.
Yeah. Were you pregnant with Cherry or with Ricky when Mom was pregnant with my sister Kathy?
I don't know.
I remember Mom used to tell me that.
With Ricky, because that was there.
Mom, why don't you come in here and sit too, so you can
Ricky
talk?
and Kathy, are Ricky and Kathy the same age?
I think Kathy's a little bit older than Ricky, or they're about the
I
same.
remember being up here when
Terrell
was. Now, Kathy's a few months older than I. No,
Okay.
I was there, and we brought Ricky or Terrell one in the kitchen, I remember.
When he was born, you mean?
Marie Parker was there, that's who it was.
Yeah.
She went and got the doctor.
Yeah,
So you had that's another question. You had all of your children born in that
Yeah.
house down there?
yeah.
All in that same house? None of them were born
You
in
didn't go to the hospital
No,
at all?
I went to Mama's with Nita Faye, I think.
But you didn't have any of us in the hospital.
No.
I remember when Nick Faye was born that she was blue. And I remember taking her and running up the road with her to Grandma Flemington across the road there.
And she was blue?
She was blue. They said she
Well, they had a midwife, didn't it? Didn't every
Did
time?
you have a doctor that came to the
No, there wasn't a doctor with, just with the last 4 of us, though, wasn't it, Mama? I thought it was midwives with all the older ones.
Didn't you have a nigger woman or something with some of them?
No, I don't think.
But somebody always came to the house to...
But either Dr. Smith or Dr. McCray Young.
There used to be a nigger woman too.
I remember it, wasn't her name Flora? That used to come down, no, Flora, the black woman. There was a black, Flora, the black, it was a black lady that came down, and I remember she used to come and wash clothes.
That's who I was talking about.
She used to come and help, and she had little kids, and we used to play with all them little
Oh, yeah.
kids.
That always had Marie. Was that Flo? I thought so.
But did she
I know
help,
she used to have at our house.
did she help deliver
Wash
babies too,
clothes.
you think?
Yeah.
Midwife? Oh, she was just around. The record, that's my mom we're talking to.
There we go.
Hey, Evelyn Christine Fleming.
Say hi.
Hi.
And get everybody else on
Mrs.
record. That's
I'm Sherry.
Sherry?
And that person behind you's got another camera going right now. Is Diane.
Hey, I got a better light than you.
Yes, you do.
You're blind.
We're gonna blind each other.
And this is Grady Fleming's great granddaughter right here. This is Erin. She's a little over 3 years old.
Yep. And the battery just queued up.
Okay. That was a good time.
Last time we counted them, how many was it? 20 something.
23. She's got 23 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren.
Yeah, that's the last time we counted them.
Well, they have, well, soon
So
be
you and Granddad lived in that
12
house the whole time
great-grandchildren.
after you got married, once that house was built. Did he always do paperwork? I mean, that's what I remember.
We used to live in a log house at first.
Down there?
That house?
Didn't he used to work?
He worked at the
Mobile.
Shipyard.
Oh, did he come back?
Shipyard.
Shipyard, oh.
Yeah, he worked for years.
When did you live in a log house, Mama? Where was it at?
That's where I want to know. Where was the log house?
That was a log house down there before we ever rebuilt the log.
Oh, it was a log house?
And we stayed in the chicken house part.
I was trying to clean it up and I made more of a mess, huh?
Lord have mercy.
That was a log house down there?
We're out behind the old house.
And you like to burn it down.
Is that one the one I
You
said
like to burn it
knocked
down?
off?
Yeah, that's the
I
one.
knew that was a log house.
I'll never forget what kind of little dress she had on. That was a little red chickadee.
I swear I remember that.
I remember they used to put cotton in one of them bedrooms.
That's when I set on fire.
And you set it on
When I
fire?
was her age.
How'd you set it on fire?
With a lamp. I was scared of my soul on lamp.
Now, you had a creel, Mom, that you kept the cotton in. I remember.
Out from the... Yeah.
You know that creel that, well, they pulled down and was sitting back where the garage is.
No, it was back almost where our trailer
I
is.
don't remember no.
Back that way, and there used to be some pig pens out there.
Yeah, right next to the well there.
Well, back this way towards...
I guess that's where you was born.
I guess it was. No wonder I had bad luck all my life.
Why would that be bad luck?
That'll give you good.
In a
What kind of
log
cotton are you
house.
talking about? Just
Like cotton you pick out
cotton
of the
picked out of the field. Did you process it yourself?
No.
Well, why did you have
What did you do with it all?
Well, we took it to the gin and then we have it all, they weigh it and sell it. I think we make beds.
They use it to profit from beds and fillers. Did I burn up the whole thing?
No, we put it out, Daddy run the house, put it out for you, burn it down.
And he whipped my butt.
Oh, gosh.
I could have got burned up.
What was your dad like?
Do what?
What was your granddad Fleming like? Do you have any?
Daddy?
Yeah, do you have any
Why?
memories of him? And
I didn't
stuff?
know him.
No, your daddy. You knew him. Carl.
Oh, I thought you said something talking about Daddy's daddy.
No, I never knew him either. But where were your parents from?
Well, his name was James Amy.
Your father?
Daddy's
Dad's dad.
Oh, granddad's side.
Carl's daddy.
And who are your parents? What was your maiden name?
Right.
Right.
His name was David Silverbright. Neil was named after him.
Uh-huh.
That's Mama's
Brother.
Your daddy was named David Bailey?
David Silver.
And what was your mother's name? Rose?
Roselle.
Roselle?
She was a grinder, wasn't she?
Well, she married around.
After Granddaddy Wright died.
And who did they know he married? Dad in 41 times?
Dad was old.
But I saw that grave over there. I didn't know who that was.
That's where she married Will Clark.
Yeah.
What do you remember life was like during the Depression and stuff here when you were
It was.
Rough.
But did things change very much? I mean, did you have your own gardens and so you always...
Oh, yeah, we raised most of it.
Yeah.
Our meat.
So as far as food and stuff, even though...
Everything was ranch back there.
Yeah.
In the 20,
And y'all didn't have a car, did you? Didn't y'all get a car one time? A T-model or something?
T-model.
Yeah. So how would you get around? Horses?
Horses and buggies.
Buggies.
Walk. And buggies and walk.
You go on Fleming and have a buggy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Didn't you say one time the railroad track ran back behind the house here and you used to go over there and jump on the train, or?
We'd go over and holler at them every time they come by every day.
The train, yeah.
You never did ride the train? You never did ride the train?
Yeah, I think so. Me and Daddy did. We had equipment. We go first.
But they had a depot at Crandall, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they've been to redo that depot equipment.
For a bus?
No, you know, no, the train.
Oh,
The train would stop and go through every little road there. Because
We don't want to walk right
it's
now.
up, you know.
I'm gonna go put Aaron down for now. Bunch in all the holidays and stuff into your vacation bank too, so it ends up being about 3 weeks. You guys still playing with the camera? You having to charge up another battery, Rick?
Yeah, I got charged.
What, do you have a spare on your batteries?
Yeah,
Charge
it
them?
keeps it extra.
Yeah,
Well,
the stationers got me.
What was you doing to yours, Donnie?
He was showing me this auto and manual focus thing and how to focus this on here where you can get real close. I never had used it before.
And I reckon my seal was fine.
You get a blind, Randy, you have that in your eyes.
I've got it up as far as I can.
Okay.
I sure don't remember that. When did y'all make the house into the, was it the 4 rooms when it was a log house? You know, it used to, you go in the front door and that was the living room, and over to the right where the kitchen is now was yours and Daddy's room. Then you go through the middle room was where the fireplace was, and there was 2 double beds in there. And then you went through a door from there, and it was the big kitchen in the back.
Yeah.
And then you went out the back door, and it was a
That's what we have built.
You don't remember that?
porch. Yeah.
Out there outside.
Yeah, the bathroom was back behind the house, the outhouse, and the back porch had a washroom back there, or where we
Well, I remember
had an old Ringer washing
the
machine.
Ringer washing machine. So I was gonna say, I remember that thing.
And a
Yeah.
well
On the back
back
porch.
there where you draw water.
Well, the well was back where it is now, but we had a wash pan or whatever you call it, or it seemed like we had a pump there, hand pump. Wasn't there a hand pump there on the back porch one time?
I think we did.
Yeah.
And that Ringer type washing machine, somebody got their arm up in that roller one
I
time.
think Kathy did one
I
time.
think every Ringer washing machine's had.
Everybody
Everybody
does.
does it at least once, huh?
That is,
You get hurt with
Angie, you
anything.
know, she got her hair,
Yeah,
in the
Angie
pea
did
shell.
it.
Oh,
The
really?
pea shell.
Yeah, it hung up in the pea shell.
I don't know what was she doing there.
Well, I reckon she was there with these shelling peas. And
Ouch.
she would
Like
have
put
to
a ball in.
get her head in the pea shell. I mean, they had to stop that thing quick.
I can remember out behind the old house when you did have the outhouse back there.
Mm.
God, I hated it. I mean, you'd go to the bathroom before you had to go to bed because you sure didn't want to walk out there. I was always afraid someone was going to grab you from one of those old houses you were sitting on and grab you on the bottom.
I wouldn't sit on them.
But that, I can remember half the time we would have toilet paper out there.
Oh, we had-
newspaper.
Sears catalog.
Newspaper
Sears
and
catalog.
Sears catalog.
And we had a little rooster one time.
Oh, that rooster.
He used to get after Merle harder.
He used to hate Peggy Jean.
Ooh, it chased you and pecked you.
He chased Peggy Jean up the road. She was taking a bath. She was taking a bath and he jumped over and she went up the road naked.
Oh,
I won't ever get that time that we was outside playing in the yard, and when you get that time for Daddy to come by in the log truck. So Turtle, he had a rod and reel, and we had killed a snake that day. And he took that snake to that rod and reel and put him out there in the road. So I sat down in the yard after I was playing, and Turtle, he was reeling the snake in toward me. And Daddy come along about that time, and he was driving the truck, and he just jumped out of the truck and said, get the snake, he's finna buy a chair, finna buy a chair. And the truck just kept going down the road. He liked to beat us to death, though.
There was that black guy that was working with Daddy.
Yeah.
He was scared of him. You know, they're
him.
scared of snakes anyway.
But I tell you right now, he liked to.
I'm not partial to snakes myself.
oh gosh.
Well, I'm scared of snakes too, but.
Well, I can remember one summer we were out there visiting. I think you used to have hogs and chickens and stuff out there or whatever. And they just
a chicken snake anyway.
Oh, there's two incidents I can remember. I can one time, you know, when you killed a chicken or something, you know, you hear the story of them running around with their head cut off. And I mean, this one it was running all around the yard.
Yeah.
Carol was laughing at me. Oh gosh. I don't know if it was a rooster or what it was. It was a chicken or
That
something.
mean rooster, when we started to kill that thing, we cut half of his neck off and he run off.
I
Believe
had
me.
the axe. I was gonna cut his head off.
And missed him.
Yeah, missed him. And
And
he
he
run
had
off.
to jump.
I need to go
And
check
then
on
we
that.
had to overtake him.
Aaron, you're supposed to be taking a nap. What?
Or we making too much racket.
Yeah, we making too much noise. It was quiet up yonder. She took a nap.
Pause for here. I'm sorry. Brought that thing down and I forgot where that light's aimed. Sorry about that. It is a bright light.
She told us, you don't laugh out there, you're waking me up.
I figured we was making too much
Oh,
noise.
well, she's usually pretty good about it. No, the one I remember was when you just butchered a hog or something, and Terrell got the head of that thing.
And got after you.
And, the head of the pig or whatever that you just butchered, and he was chasing me around the yard with that thing, and I was just terrified. I was screaming, and he was chasing me all around the house. I mean, we would go in circles around the house and around the trees.
I remember Turtle doing something.
He was awful.
I think it was a snake that he had brought in the house. It was dead. But I was in the bath, right after we had built that bathroom.
Them old artificial snakes, you know, and throw them down
They
there.
used to do that, I know.
But I was taking a bath, and honey come in that bathroom.
And threw one in the bath water?
And honey, I come out with no clothes running around the house, and he was right behind me. I could have killed him. When we live in this day.
Sounds like he was a family clown.
He was one of them.
Yeah,
There's a few in this family.
And Ricky,
Garner was too.
when we was out, me and Ricky
always doing
was
something.
outside one day playing. I don't remember how old, we weren't very old. And we had a hatchet, and we'd always chop on the trees out there. And Ricky said, well, I dare you to chop my toe off. And there was a wood block out there. I said, well, put it up on that block right there. And honey, I like chopped his toe off.
You really did?
Yes, sir. It was just hanging on by the skin. He still got a scar from that.
Oh my gosh. I dare you?
Ooh,
He didn't dare you?
Mama
again?
beat me. Lord, she beat me.
That was terrible.
That was Ricky.
Ricky.
That was Ricky. Yeah.
Gosh, he didn't think you'd do it.
No, he didn't. I said, don't dare me.
He never did again.
No, he never did dare me again.
So who used to live in this house? Well, who built this house that we're in right now?
Freddie
Ashton.
And why they had only lived in it? I remember when we moved up here. It
And
was fairly new when we
Chance,
moved into it.
Chancellor,
Yeah, Ruth.
Ruth Chancellor,
Chatham.
Chadwick Chapman.
Chadwell.
Emerson Chapman.
Chadwell.
Chadwell.
What happened to them? Because they didn't live in it very long.
Well, he died.
He died.
He
He
died.
didn't live in this house, he lived in a trailer
He
out
died
there,
right-
Mom.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lived in a trailer right there.
So had anybody ever lived in this house before we moved here?
That
Oh,
Linda,
Freddie Apster.
Linda.
Oh, Linda Dobbins.
Dobbins,
Dobbins lived in here. I did not even know she lived in here.
What dog is wrong?
Linda Dobbins.
Oh. Well.
I thought y'all lived down here one time.
We did. We lived out in this house.
I thought you did.
We lived here for about a year, a full school year.
Yeah.
But it was a fairly new house then, and I don't remember if anybody else had lived in it before that or not. But it was fairly new then.
So Freddie and them, they
We
wanted Bill
we
to have
lived
the
here
house
long.
built.
We
Freddie and I
lived here
were-
long, and the rest of them ever did live.
What do you guys remember about Christmas when you were little? What was special about Christmas?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
We didn't have anything but oranges and apples and raisins and nuts and,
Hardly ever.
Was that, those were the,
you know, and
the
candy.
stuff?
Yeah.
But that, you know, as far as presents, we got maybe one present. I remember one Christmas, I got a hair dryer, one of them with the hood, and I was proud of that hair dryer. I didn't know what to do.
Or boots.
That was the only thing that I ever got that I remember.
Them short white boots.
Go-go boots?
Yeah,
Oh gosh, I
go-go
didn't
boots.
think those were popular.
We got those, I did, white boots.
I remember during
Had
the
the
50s
little-
and stuff.
had the
they were
little
popular.
tassels.
Did y'all
Tassels on it.
Didn't y'all get them while you're?
Daddy brought them from Mobile.
I think so.
It's amazing what kids get these days for Christmas.
Yeah.
What they get just all the
Too
time.
much.
They get too much.
It really is. I mean, they
They don't
come
even, really, they don't know when Christmas comes,
No,
right?
they don't.
Yeah.
They get all during the year and.
It's not as special anymore, I think.
We always had plenty to eat.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, we got plenty.
Yeah, we had plenty
You always
to
had
eat.
your garden.
It may, I mean,
fresh
it may not
fruit.
be nothing but a sweet potato. We come in from school and Mama have a
Oh, we had
oven
good-
full
we
of
enjoyed the sweet potatoes.
steak. That's what we get. Or a cold biscuit or something.
Or except when they killed a hog and you come in the front door and she'd be boiling chitlins on the stove and it stunk so bad till you
Oh, I'd leave the house.
just come in the front door and go out the back.
I ain't gonna cook this.
Well, I won't be around if you start cooking chitlins.
I remember Mama cleaned them
Mom
things
wanted
too.
to cook them things the other day. I said, I ain't doing
You just
them
take them and
things.
clean them, you know,
So
blow them
benefit
out.
of the city boy, what are chitlins anyway?
Chitlins are-
Hog guts. That's what they are. And I ain't gonna eat them things.
What do you mean you blow them out? I mean,
No, I was just kidding, you know. You know what, their intestines of a hog is what chitlins are.
That's what they are.
That's what
And
the corn
all the
says.
And do
stuff,
you know they serve
the
them
bowel
things in
and
the
all
breakfast?
that's inside the intestines.
You
And
know,
they're
take
a
a
delicacy
water
all
hose
over.
and stick it
And I
to
think
it.
they
wash it, rinse it out. Oh, yeah. And then you eat those things?
Ooh, you
I don't need them.
Fry.
I don't eat them.
Mom likes
Daddy
them in
loved
I can
boiled.
remember Granddad eating pig's feet all the time.
Oh,
I thought those were awful.
And raw oysters.
I don't remember raw oysters.
Nice.
But I remember him sitting down on the porch somewhere and just gnawing on a pig's foot. With all that jelly stuff hanging on it.
Well, I'm so glad we just finished the lunch and ham sandwich.
Yeah, talking about pork.
Yeah.
But he ate raw oysters with hot sauce all over them.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, I think lick raw oysters up.
I've eaten one in my life.
Ooh, I can't
Oh, I've
stand
never
it.
got it.
Okay, tell me some of those stories
love
about
them.
how many miles you had to walk to school.
Nah, we didn't walk to school.
I never walked.
We didn't walk to school. I didn't.
I
I
did.
rode the
I
bus.
sure did.
You
I
did,
think
didn't you
we
walk?
No.
Yes, ma'am,
Carmichael,
you did. Over at
Chicago.
Carmichael.
No.
I remember
They had a bus. You don't remember Turl? We used to get on the bus when they transferred us to Quitman. Before, after they, you know, moved the Carmichael School to
She
Quitman.
helped me on the bus.
But
I remember I rode the bus
Turl would get on the front, get in the door, come in the door on the front of the bus,
and go out the
and
back.
go out the back door on the bus and
Never
down 5 Mile Hill where he'd go back home every morning just about. Skip school every morning.
That's when she lived down there, shoot towards Shibuya.
Mine still is.
He'd slip out and go by.
Did
Yeah.
Terrell ever finish school?
Nah.
You didn't?
No, we didn't do.
Who all has them?
Just 3 of us.
Me, Terry, and Wade, I guess.
No, I didn't. I didn't finish.
Well, Sherry,
Diane, me and Diane anyway.
Paige went to half the 11th grade, I think.
And she never did go on and
And
get
she
married.
wasn't married.
Well, I went for a while after I got married.
Yeah.
Larry come in from offshore and I didn't want to go to school, so.
Yeah. You're a married woman then.
Yeah. Well, he
So how long
he
was
went
the Bible
offshore,
school?
or was he married? I mean,
Do what?
When did,
I
you
don't
know,
know,
when did
married,
they
he
move
went
the
offshore.
equipment school? I
He was
mean,
working,
the Carmichael equipment.
When we got married,
Remember?
and then he